It is time for another episode of the Delco Duo. Not just any episode, the last of the year.
The last episode of the year. I can't believe it, Monica. I feel like 2023 has just been a blur. I'm Jenna Meisner. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of the Delco Duo.
I'm the other half of the Delco Duo, Monica crying, ready to celebrate.
New Year's.
Oh, we've had the show for more than a year, but it's just every week, the Delco Duo.
It's the last 2023 show of the year.
I cannot believe it.
I'm trying to think. So Saturday night, Sunday, New Year's Eve, Monday, New Year's Day. For whatever reason, the lineup is throwing me this year.
That everything's on a Monday.
Yeah, I don't
including
like
Christmas.
holidays on the Monday.
This has been definitely really tough, to the point where Jenna and I were so out of festivity that we came onto the show just dressed in our outfits, and we were like, we are so boring for a very important show.
I did think about it. I said, I need sequins. I need something sparkly. I do not own anything.
You don't own any sequins?
Or sparkling, no.
So you went cheetah.
I went cheetah. I thought cheetah
and then I said,
also was festive.
And I said to Jenna, okay, fine. I'm going to go in my prop closet because I have an entire closet of props here at PHL 17.
Yes.
So I went and dug out some of my most festive. Got this, got that, got this.
I don't know that this Roaring 20s headband is very New Year's, but this actually we might be able to pull this back when we talk about one of our issues tonight.
Okay.
So that's a little tease, but let's toss it to the debrief first because we got to talk a lot more about New Year's.
Yes, we do.
So obviously we're debriefing about the holiday and really the end of the holiday season. New Year's Day sort of puts a nice bow on what was a hectic holiday.
Do you like that Christmas and New Year are so back to back? At first I loved it because it was like the holiday season, but I just feel like it's been a lot leading up to Christmas, and now you extend everything, that holly jolly feel all the way through. I just feel like the two most important holidays, Christmas and New Year, are back to back, a week apart. Why can't we spread that out over
I think
a year?
It depends upon how old your children are, whether you have children or not, and the industry that you work in.
Okay.
You're in an age right now where your kids' Christmas was a lot. I mean, 2 and 4.
Yeah.
That is like you're entering the craziness of
really
understanding what Christmas is and the gift opening and I want to play with this, I want to do that. And then I think the industry that we work in, a lot of people this week, they're working, but they're kind of working from home.
Right, but
moving the mouse.
Right, moving the mouse just to say that they're on. But for us, we still always have to be on.
We're still working. 100%. People need to know the weather, they need to know the traffic, and they need to know your issues.
Yes,
Delco Duo is working this holiday season. I don't even have a voice anymore.
No, I'm at the point in my family, and I love my family dearly, and it is amazing. But work right now is easier than home. I mean, look at me now. I am me. I am Monica crying at my best here at the Delco Duo. I get home and those kids drag me to the depths I've never been to before.
And I think also the kids are off this week, which makes it even harder. So if you're struggling, if you have young children
let us know.
And they're off this week, we will all get through this together. And if you don't have young children and you're just chilling, we're jealous.
One thing, New Year's resolution.
I don't do resolutions.
I know you don't.
I don't do the New Year's resolutions. One thing I want to get better about maybe in 2024, I got to think about that. I would say, I think I've gotten a lot more patient since becoming a mom, but I think I can become even more patient.
Okay, more patient. I am actually looking forward to, because again, the 2 kids, their age and everything, me and my husband are celebrating 10 years this year. Not that we need
Congrats.
to, but a little bit more romance, a little more rekindling.
Oh, okay.
Less about the kids, more about maybe me and him. You know what? I think we deserve that. I think we could use maybe a little bit more
I'm sure people at home can appreciate that.
Right. I mean, anytime we spend a second away from the kids, we just talk about the kids. I would love to just not talk about them for 2 seconds and maybe rekindle a little bit of romance. That's the goal.
All right, let's get to our first issue of the night, Monica. So we're gonna talk about the holidays. We're gonna talk about, New Year's, and that's what we're doing right now.
Okay, Mila from Morton. I have a wedding on New Year's Eve, and there's a dress code. Everyone has to wear black, and women are required to wear mid to floor length dresses. Is she a bridezilla? Yes. That is ridiculous.
I'm thinking about my answer. I think that nowadays, when you're a bride and you're planning your wedding, there's a sort of aesthetic or there's a sort of a look that you envision. And if it is your day, I think there's two parts of this. Everyone to wear black, okay. I don't think that is that bridezilla-y. I think, like I said, there's a lot of wedding people or brides nowadays that sort of have a dress palette, like a color palette that they want their guests to follow. I know that's been really trendy. The having to wear dresses, the mid to floor, that to me, yes, you are a bridezilla.
Wow. I think I'm a bit opposite of you. Requiring people to do a single color. First of all, if you're like, I want everyone in black, that's only for the bride. She cannot wait to stick out like a sore thumb in her white dress. That's why
But at least like, the color's black. What if it was like, I require everybody to wear eggplant purple or...
Guys, I love weddings. It's a beautiful time. It's just a wedding. It's just a wedding.
Unless you are Kate Middleton.
But not even Kate Middleton did that. Kate Middleton, people were showing up in like a light yellow that almost looked white.
Do you think I could get away wearing this to this New Year's Eve wedding? This was the issue. Do you think it's black?
I would do it. You look amazing in that.
It's kind of giving me a headache.
Well, then here we go again. It's like the Christmas episode.
It's like the glasses. I can't. Okay.
This is great. I'm loving this. Do you like New Year's Eve weddings?
I've never been to one, but I think that I would like one.
Okay.
Open bar, hopefully. Fingers crossed. You never know, though. If it's cash bar, a little bit difficult because you're paying so much to go out on New Year's Eve that it would be kind of nice to have your plans set, listen to some good music, still feel like you're out,
amazing.
And, have a cash bar or have an open bar.
The only thing with New Year's Eve weddings is that for guests, they just, no matter what, become very expensive to attend because now you're either getting a hotel, and a hotel New Year's Eve night
is
triple.
Yep.
Triple the usual cost.
Very valid point.
And then if you're like, I'm not going to get a hotel, well, now you got to Uber. And now these Ubers, because you are definitely leaving after midnight, are astronomical.
Very true.
You then have to either then stay. So it's very expensive to attend a New Year's Eve wedding.
It sounds like you've been to one before.
I did, but I had to work the next day. So I stayed Sally Sobes.
And you were driving.
Or Sober Sal's, and I drove.
It's a night.
But seeing everyone, because they all started way early, and then I'm looking around.
Well, that's also the thing. Like New Year's Eve weddings are so late. Like when does the ceremony start?
7, like usually 7.
Because it starts late because you want to be there at midnight, and everyone wants to be like, woohoo, 2024. But back to the dress code. Yeah, maybe.
Gotta do it.
Maybe not my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, I just think it's nice of you to attend a wedding. Wear what you want to wear.
All right, coming up next, we are still talking about the holidays, and we're actually going to throw it back a little bit to Christmas.
I'm still in that mindset.
I haven't gotten out of that either, so stay with us.
Should I still be wearing this when we come back?
No.
And welcome back. So our last episode was the Christmas episode. We all remember that.
We do.
I actually have no idea. I don't remember it at all. But we had a Christmas episode and we asked people to send in pictures of their decor.
Yes. So we picked 2 pictures that we both really liked. So if we take a look at those, first up we have Michael from Havertown. Love the design of, the whole house there looks gorgeous.
Gorgeous. That tree was amazing. And I love
the garland.
Wow, that was big. I saw that a lot this year. Yeah. Hanging the garland kind of basically with a curtain rod.
And then this is Bruce. And the lights on Bruce's tree is over 70 years old, he said. Those lights are
way.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised they're still working. I can't get anything working.
Well, yeah, apparently it was the first time that he was able to use them, so he was very excited about it.
I
So
love it. They were
Michael
big.
and Bruce, yeah.
You know, because I feel like now, our lights are small.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have memories of my uncle and at my grandmom's house. Like, that's what his lights used to look
Really?
like.
I don't remember that.
I have memories of, those very old looking lights. So that is super cool. Michael and Bruce, thanks for sending.
Yeah, we always love seeing your pictures, and you can always email us, delcoduo@phl17.com, and you can send pictures, talk to us, and obviously send us some of your issues that you have, including this next one, which goes into the whole Christmas thing. We saw those pictures from Bruce and Michael. They were beautiful, but when do you start to take them down?
Yeah, so that's what Dan from Darby wants to know. Exactly that. When should you take down your holiday decoration?
I said, when do you de-decorate? That's what I'm calling it, de-decorating. De-decorating.
I think middle of January, normally January, like 15th, like I'm talking middle of the month. That is when all my stuff's going to come down.
Eugene already was asking me. He's like, you want me to take the tree down?
No.
Like, no.
You pay for a real tree. Like you should get every dollar's worth of that
very
tree.
true. That's very true. We got to leave this up as long as it stays alive.
Yeah, well, maybe not that long, but
right, because they can go for forever. But it was like the day after Christmas, and he said, "Oh, do you want me to start taking stuff down?" I'm like, "No, the whole aesthetic through New Year's is still this warm, fuzzy feel."
I will say though, it's really nice. Like, I love putting the decorations up. I love having them during the holiday season, but it is so nice when you put everything away and the house just doesn't look as cluttered.
Yes.
Like, I feel like Christmas decorations really clutter up the house. So when everything goes away, it's sort of like, whew. Like,
and then you love the way you've decorated your house. You're like, "Oh, I really love how we did this," or "I really like where we."
Or sometimes you move things around, like, because I don't put everything exactly how it was before I put the decorations up. One, because like I can't really remember. I'm like, oh, where was this candle? I don't remember. And two, just because sometimes it's nice you have the space, so you're like, maybe I'll move the chair over here.
Right, that really helps you to spring clean. You know what I mean?
In January, yes.
In January, but we're more towards I would say January 2nd or 3rd.
I had a friend who actually sent a picture, I think it was yesterday, that the tree was already down.
Oh.
And I'm like,
don't they love that through the new year?
Relax.
Yeah.
I know.
Especially because I know for my family, we'll sometimes still have celebrations in between Christmas and New Year.
My in-laws are coming in, and
exactly.
I would like the house to still look Christmassy for them. So
definitely, you have to wait until after the New Year.
And also outside. Let's talk about outside, because there's lots of blow-ups. Lots of things that I've seen outside for me. We still have our Christmas lights up, but are we going to put them on maybe through the new year? No?
Maybe. I did not last night.
Yeah, we didn't put ours on.
Yeah, we did not. I'm like, I'm out of that kind of festival.
Well, I live in an HOA, so we have actual rules of when. So if you have
HOA
Christmas lights, you can put them on after Thanksgiving. So I think it's like November 30th on, but by January 15th, I think that's why that date is like sticks in my head. By January 15th, everything outside has to be gone. Okay.
Got it. And then you can start cleaning and making it feel so good. It's always so funny because in the beginning when you decorate, the beginning of December when you decorate, you're like, oh, I want my house to look like this always. But you're right. Then it comes December 26th and you're like, I want all of this crap out of here. If I have to see Santa's face with his jolly red nose and cheeks, I'm done. And
it's also like, you can't really clean your house that well when you have all the Christmas decorations up.
Absolutely.
They're in the way of a lot of things, like the shelves and whatnot. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to packing it away.
Decorating.
Okay.
And my neighbors down the street can turn their lights off too if they would like to.
Well, Monica's neighbors down the street, turn those lights off. You heard it?
It's like,
yeah, we have a neighbor that has quite a display, but love it. All right, coming up next on the Delco Duo, point of the show, where we bring one of our own issues to the table, and it was just Christmas, so I think we both have lots of issues.
Tell her voice is gone.
I'm going to stop talking.
Who are you yelling at?
Everyone. Everyone.
Stay with us.
And welcome back. You are watching the Delco Duo on this Saturday night, last show of 2023.
Wow. And I love even numbered years, so I am really looking forward to 2024. I don't love
when you say that, though, because the last time you said that was 2020, and we all know what happened.
And we all know it. Jenna still blames me for the pandemic. I was
COVID-19. There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
It was called COVID-19 because it started in 2019.
No, I don't think it was not called COVID-19 because it started in 2019.
Yeah. It did. It started in 2019.
Where's the scientists and doctors in this place?
Dude, shouldn't we know
There's
this?
no way. I can't. I'm starting to crack. I gotta settle down.
Speaking of COVID, okay. So now we're gonna
have COVID.
she doesn't. It's just a real quick.
Let's get to my issue, okay?
Your issue is what I just called you out. An advisor.
My issue is with Monica this morning, or this evening rather. I don't even know what time it is. No. So we're talking about the holidays and we're talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
And this is my first Christmas with a baby.
How was it?
It was great. For the most part, it was great.
Right.
I mean, he's 6 months old, so he has no idea what is going on. I mean, really.
I feel like 6 months is kind of a very perfect age.
It was more for Tate and I.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We left the letter. Santa ate the cookie.
Oh, yeah?
We had the gifts. You had the gifts wrapped. Yeah, we did it all.
For a kid who does not understand.
It's for the pictures, Monica.
Oh,
okay?
My God.
Santa had to take two different cookies because the first cookie didn't have a great bite, so Santa then had a different cookie that had a better bite.
Oh.
It was a whole thing. So yes, Merry first Christmas to Cruz. That is not the issue. The issue was with my other family members sort of not understanding that I wanted to keep him on a schedule that's kind of similar to the schedule that he's on day to day. So we always go to Christmas Eve Mass. Everyone goes,
yes.
And that's typically around 4:00. So his naps right now normally fall until about 4.
Yes.
So everyone was going to my mom's house beforehand to do Christmas presents because on Christmas Day, my sisters go to their in-laws. So
yes.
Christmas Eve really is the time that my family gets together. So they all went prior, and Tate and I ended up not going because the baby was napping. And it's so funny. It always works out the way, like, he'll take like a 30-minute afternoon nap. So I figured that that's what was going to happen. When he wakes up, we'll go over.
Right.
For whatever reason, he really wanted to sleep on Christmas Eve. So he slept all the way up until we were leaving for Mass.
Oh,
so my sisters were a little bit annoyed that we did not come prior to Mass and sort of do the gifts with the kids and whatnot because of the baby's schedule. And my argument was, well, I still want to try to keep him on a schedule because it's going to be a nightmare for me. Overnight will be a nightmare for me.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get, at least some sort of nap. So I don't know. Do you think I should have let him stray a bit, or?
Yes, I always think you can take a baby off their schedule to enjoy.
You pay for it.
Absolutely.
You pay for it for weeks.
And you can pay for it.
Oh.
It's a holiday once a year. It's Christmas Eve. This is your biggest, I know for your family, this is your biggest day. And the only reason I'm saying, because I would usually just be like, you do you got to do what you got to do, is me and my sister had this exact conversation, and she told me, and I didn't really even know this, she goes, you don't understand the word boundaries. So you don't set any because you don't follow any. And therefore, when, my mom will say, oh, the kids, they'll just nap in the car. No. I'm like, okay, that's fine. The kids will nap in the car. My sister's like, because you don't set boundaries. You don't know how to set boundaries. You don't know how to follow boundaries. So for me, I'm always like, yeah, sure. Like, we'll totally mess up my kid's sleep schedule because I want, to spend the holidays.
But another added element to this was my one sister's argument was, well, I came when my baby was 2 weeks old because she has a December baby.
Yes.
And my rebuttal to that was, well, a newborn versus a 6-month-old is a different animal. I mean, a newborn, they sleep around the clock no matter what.
Anywhere. Anytime.
In the arms, in the car seat.
6 months is much different.
6 months is much different. So I was like, that's your parenting style. My parenting style.
Right. Can't use that as an
different.
excuse.
I mean, they weren't actually mad, but they were more so like, their kids wanted to do gifts.
So I did, got off Bubba's sleep schedule because he takes a 2-hour nap smack dab in the middle of the day. And it's amazing Monday through Friday, but on a holiday, it's really hard. Yeah. So I did not let him nap. We were running. He was great. He was really cute. But he crashed when we drove. And then like at one point, I could tell he was loopy. He kept falling. So we're running around the city.
Holidays are hard for little ones.
Oh my God, this kid was falling everywhere because he's just getting tired, but he never cried. He was awesome, but I did feel bad at one point. I was like, I can tell you're exhausted. We got to go.
It's just hard with my family. The kids' age ranges, like we have an 8-year-old down to a 6-month-old. Everything in between. So some kids need the nap. Some kids don't need the nap.
You made the
some
right
kids
choice.
Skip the nap. So I was, throughout the holiday season, it's been hard to sort of explain to family members that no, he really does need this nap, or my life's going to be miserable for the next week.
See what she just, that's called a boundary. I don't know what that is or how to follow
I'll
them,
teach
but
you.
I love it.
I'll teach you.
You tell
Monica.
me.
I'll teach you. Gigi and Pop. The kids will not nap in the car. They need to be in their beds. All right, we have our Delco trivia.
How many years has media hosted their New Year's Eve ball drop?
And we'll tell you why ball is in quotations. Coming up. Okay, so how many years has media hosted their own New Year's Eve ball drop?
Okay, so this is, I didn't even know this.
I didn't know it was as long as it was.
The answer is 23 years. Delco's famous glowing orb, my ball was in a quote, will be lowered from more than 100 feet above Spazzo's Italian Grill.
And this is a picture from several years ago. Visit Media posted this a while back. So just to give you an idea of what it looks like. But I mean, a ton of people go to this, and
it's crowded.
State Street is really, really crowded on New Year's Eve. And again, this has been going on for 23 years that they've been doing
that. Media is the hot spot.
And they put like a DJ on Spazzo's like stairs.
Love it.
And it's like a party, and parking's
just said
free.
That's so Delco. It's most normal people would say Spazzo's, and she goes, Spazzo's has an orb.
It's a glowing orb. I don't know why they can't call it I don't know.
Ball.
Yeah, maybe does New York City have that copyrighted? I don't know, but it's a glowing orb in Delco.
They probably do have it copyrighted. Wait, real quick, I was reminded last year we were actually 11:30, and then midnight hit for our show, and it was the New Year. Yeah. Remember, and we tried to do the countdown last year, and we messed
drop.
We did the hoagie drop, and then we counted it into the New Year, and we messed it up, and they cut us off at like 5 seconds. So we're not going to count into the New Year this year. We're not good at that. We're not good at timing.
But at least we tried, okay?
We did try this year.
Yeah, the hoagie drop. I forgot about that. Wow, that was a whole year ago.
Hoagie drop. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode.
We didn't even mention, of course, the Mummers hat here, Avalon String Band.
Jim May making those.
Jim May, yes. Jason Kelsey made this very famous. But, of course, this is a New Year's accessory.
Have fun at the Mummers.
Yeah.
Have so much fun. It's amazing.
Happy 2024. We'll see you next year on the Delco Duo. And Delco Duo at phl17.com. That's the best way to talk with us, send us your issues or anything.
Make it a goal to email us at least once this year.
That is your New Year resolution. Email us in 2024.
Bye.